The Botnet report enables you to use behavior-based mechanisms built into the firewall to identify potential botnet-infected hosts on the network. To view a report, browse to Monitor and then click Botnet, and here we see a specific botnet report. Each host is rated with a confidence number. Here we see a list of hosts by source address and their corresponding confidence numbers. Confidence numbers range from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest level of confidence. A higher confidence number indicates a greater likelihood of infection. A botnet report can be scheduled to run each day. You would click a calendar day to view that day's report. So we'll click on 15 here, we'll see that report, or 14 to click that, see that report, or 7 to see that report, and so forth. To configure thresholds for the botnet report, browse to Monitor, Botnet, and then click Configuration. The types of HTTP traffic that are more likely to involve botnet activity are listed in the report configuration window. You can see them right here. By default, all HTTP traffic monitors are enabled by best practice. You can see everything has been enabled here with the checkboxes. The count values shown here, and notice they are editable, are the default values and represent the minimum number of events of each traffic type that must occur for the report to list the associated host with a higher confidence number. If the number of events is fewer than the count values, the firewall must assign a lower confidence number. The report bases confidence numbers on many factors. For example, the report assigns a higher confidence number to hosts that visit known malware URLs than to hosts that browse to IP domains instead of URLs. The report also assigns a higher confidence number to hosts that download executable files because executable files are part of many infections. You should start with the default HTTP count values listed here and then adjust them over time to match your environment. The unknown TCP and unknown UDP thresholds determine whether the report will include traffic identified with the application's unknown-TCP or unknown-UDP. Applications that App ID cannot identify and labels as unknown UDP or unknown TCP are often associated with malware. The more unknown applications that are seen, the more likely that you might be experiencing malware. Hosts that meet or exceed the configured threshold values that we see here and here are included in the report. Again, you should start with the default values and adjust them over time to match your environment. As an example, we see sessions per hour and it's set to 10 by default. That means if we have 10 sessions an hour that are identified as unknown TCP, then that will generate a higher confidence number for the associated host. If we see destinations per hour is also 10, and if we see 10 destinations per hour that are identified as unknown TCP, that could yield a higher confidence number. If we see a session that is between 50 and 100 bytes, or excuse me, more than 50, but greater than 100, that might also indicate a higher confidence number because that could be associated with malware. Again, start with the default values and adjust over time to match your environment. To include hosts that communicate with Internet Relay Chat servers, leave the IRC checkbox selected that we see over here. We have not changed any of these default settings, so we'll just click Cancel to close this window. After you have configured your thresholds, you can create an on-demand report or schedule a report to run every 24 hours. To accomplish this, you click the Report Setting option over here. The first thing to choose is whether to run a report that covers the last 24 hours or the last calendar day. This was previously set at the last 24 hours, so we'll leave it set for that. If we click Run Now, which we can see here, then the firewall runs an on-demand report. You can view the on-demand report, or you can export it to a PDF, CSV, or XML file. Here we see the botnet report. Here it is. Here's where we export to one of 3 types of files. Once you're finished looking at the report, you click the X right here to dismiss the report. If you click the Scheduled checkbox, which is clicked by default, then the firewall runs a report every day. Notice that the interface also provides a query builder section. So the query builder is right here, and this entire area here is the query builder. The query builder section enables you to apply additional filters to the report that can limit the report output. How to use the query builder is shown in another demonstration that describes how to generate custom reports. Again, we've not made any changes here, so we'll just click Cancel to dismiss the window. This concludes our demonstration of the botnet report.